Now we're going to be moving on to installation, and I will preface this by saying that I'm not going to cover installation across every single platform. The steps for the majority are the same, but I do want to go through this very quick lecture to call out a couple of important notes when you're installing VirtualBox or any virtualization software on your specific machine. So let's get into it. First things first, we're going to be using VirtualBox like I mentioned earlier. In a moment, we're going to head to the website and take a look at the download section, and we can walk through the different ways you can install VirtualBox. Best of all, it's free. You don't have to pay anything for it. There's no donations or anything like that. It's maintained by Oracle, and it's free for everyone to use. It does support most major operating systems. So for example, Windows, Mac OS X if you're using Macintosh hardware or Apple hardware, as well as a variety of Linux-based distributions. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using an Ubuntu-based distribution, so my installation may differ, but just make sure you're checking the right documentation when you're installing VirtualBox for your specific distribution. In addition to that, here are the methods that you would be using depending on what operating system that you are using currently. So for Windows, when you download VirtualBox, you're going to have an exe executable, which will install VirtualBox for you. For Mac OS X, you're going to have a .dmg installer package. And for Linux, like I mentioned, if you're Ubuntu or Debian, you're going to have apt. But there are other cases where you may need to use additional package managers, depending on what you're specifically using. So here we are on the VirtualBox website, just located at virtualbox.org. There's a big picture on the front of the page. It just says download VirtualBox 6.1, but you can also see on the left-hand side there is a downloads section as well. We're going to head over to that and just highlight that currently at the time of this video, VirtualBox is on version 6.1.30 and does include Windows, OS X, Linux, and Solaris hosts specifically. If you hover over the links, you'll see in the lower left-hand corner that each of them has an executable DMG file. By default, Linux is a little bit different, just something to keep in mind, that depending on what install that you're doing, you may get a .deb package or something of the like. But it's also worth mentioning that you can use package managers like I mentioned before. You have access to Yum, you have apt just in case, and there are different methods for doing so. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the apt instructions to install VirtualBox on my own system. So I have a terminal open, and we're just going to be following the instructions that are on the VirtualBox site. First, we're going to do apt-get update. This may take a minute to run depending on how recently you've updated your packages. And now we can just install VirtualBox. Apt-get install VirtualBox. And as you can tell, I've already installed VirtualBox ahead of time, but if you haven't done this already, you're going to go through, you're probably going to have to hit yes to prompt the package manager to install it for you. You will have to install this as root, so just a couple things to keep in mind. But there are additional considerations for your hardware, and Windows and Mac OS X I do want to talk about as well. So specifically, a few things to keep in mind. Hardware. So depending on what kind of hardware you're running, you're probably going to need to enable virtualization within your motherboard's BIOS. How you're going to do this is going to be dependent on your brand and manufacturer, but you will have to go into your BIOS and make sure virtualization has been enabled. Without this, your operating system probably just won't run VirtualBox, and you may get some strange errors related to it. For Windows 10 specifically, you're going to need Windows Professional. If you don't have this already, it's something to keep in mind that you will need to make an upgrade, or you may need to use a different operating system if you have the luxury of doing so. Windows Home Edition will not work for virtualization. Once you have Windows Professional installed or something similar, I think Windows Server will also work as well, but you're going to need to enable Hyper-V in the Windows features, which would be a couple of additional steps. And then finally, for Mac OS X, you will have to go into security and privacy and allow VirtualBox to run. You will have to do this at install time, and then also probably at runtime when you first run your machine, your guest machine that is. Otherwise, you will get some kernel-related errors that aren't specific to VirtualBox, but it's more related to how your system is set up and whether or not your Mac privacy settings and security settings will allow VirtualBox to essentially virtualize. So I'll leave a couple of resources in the description of the video just to point you in those directions, how to set up Hyper-V, and also how to allow VirtualBox to run on your OS X. And now that we've made it through installation, hopefully without too many hiccups, we're going to move on to creating configuration. We're going to create a VirtualBox, a Linux VirtualBox guest, and we're going to configure it to our liking and make sure it's up and running in the next video. So we'll see you then.